I'm just gonna give my final thoughts. Um, the way they should develop the plot with the GM. Actually, I forget final thoughts. I'm not done. Um, the way to develop the plot with the GM is the way they should do it is don't reveal the GM yet. I feel like if you reveal it in a stupid way in like a typical everyday match and like everyday episode of Raw, no one's gonna care. And people are gonna feel like, man, they ruined it for us. Now we know, and they can't just redo it because now they've like done it before. So anonymous general manager thing, the way they should do it, like within the next like 3 or 4 weeks, they should have like they should introduce an entirely new person. Well, the reason for this is for the sole purpose of stating that he knows the identity of the GM, but he's not talking because the GM doesn't want him to. However, the GM will allow him to give kind of hints to the answer. Um, let's say they give a presentation of names, say like 20 people, like at this point, but you have to see it like anyone who still has like who's had or has any affiliation with the WWE could be the GM. Because WWE has had a habit of coming up with the most random stuff in the world that makes no sense with anything that's happened before. So the way I see it, you have to assume everyone who is alive and still has associations or had associations with WWE is a possible candidate for GM. The way they should do it is, let's say, 2 weeks. They just have 20 people. 20 people, like 20 of the most likely people that people think. Every 2 weeks or so, every 2, 3, or maybe 1 week, they just eliminate the GM like choice. Like, don't just say like this isn't him. No, like that's gonna ruin it. But they do like let's say the main event of each match of each episode of Raw for that year is just like a match in which a possible candidate is brought in as a guest host and something happens like the GM says he's ordering a match with the guest host of such and such, and he loses and he just breaks his leg or something, like he has an injury or some kind, and they rule him out like that. The GM would make things much more interesting like that. Whoever he is, I feel they should do pay-per-views in terms of like, let's say they have like a 3-man or like a tag team match, um, featuring guest hosts like this. I have like it doesn't have to be the main event, but just this a match. Um, Last thing they should do by WrestleMania, they should reveal the identity of the GM. WrestleMania, we have to know who he is because people are just gonna stop watching. I mean, main event WrestleMania, identity of the GM. Then what they should do afterwards is now for like the next couple of months they should just focus on WWE superstars getting even with the GM by doing something, either destruction of property or assault, or just do something and just have a back and forth. But let's say 1 or 2 superstars. I don't want to see 7 different superstars all wanting revenge at the same time. It's gonna be impossible to remember what's happening. Let's say Edge, who's had feuds with the GM recently. Let's say he and let's say Chris Jericho has also had feuds with the GM. Those two, that's it. We do not need 7 different plots going on at the same time in addition to all the other stuff that's happening on, let's say, NXT Superstars and SmackDown and any other WWE like thing that's happening. We do not need 7 different plots involving one person. It'd be ridiculous and it'd be disrespectful to people who don't have plots. No, like, just on a side note, this is one thing I don't like about they have people on their roster, they don't show them at all. I know for a fact that there's one particular person, and I forget his name, but I'm going to show you on the WWE website. Um, there's one particular superstar on Raw who I remember who does not, who's rarely shown, if at all. Um, Here, Yoshi. Um, this person has not been shown in a while. I mean, I think it's been 3 months at least since we've seen him on Raw. I don't know if he's been on Superstars. I don't follow that. I don't know if he's made guest appearance on SmackDown. or maybe NXT at one point. I don't know. I don't follow those. I just follow Raw. I know for a fact that he's not been on Raw in a while. I don't even know like what this guy even does. I mean, in terms of like, I don't know like why they even keep him. I mean, like if you're gonna keep like a person on him, you should show them. Okay, you don't have. It doesn't have to be on Raw. Like if you just did on Superstars. Superstars for me is just that program for everyone else who isn't shown. Just to have them like in action and keep fans still liking them. Just show them actually winning. Like unlike CM Punk, who's been losing almost every single match for like a while now. I feel people still like CM Punk. He's hilarious. He's entertaining. I love how he talks great about something and then he just smashes it down. Complete contrary. It's great. Yeah. Yoshi here does not I think he's rarely been seen recently. So that's just my quick note. Yeah. And another thing I should probably point out, I'll probably point out in a later video, what they need to do is they need to create a Wednesday night program. You have Monday Night Raw, you have Tuesday night NXT, you have Thursday night Superstars, you have Friday night SmackDown. You need a Wednesday night program. I know for all you like TNA Impact people, like that's when I believe that's where Impact is on at Wednesday. I know that's for you guys. Maybe some mixed martial arts is shown. But WWE needs that. I feel that they need a program almost every single day for 5 days at least. So people, you can get this to give somebody this to give some change. Honestly, you never see some superstars in action, and I feel like they deserve like some action. And another thing I should probably know, they should start making new titles. They should, if let's say they had Wednesday night Pain or Wednesday night like Crash or something like that. And if WWE people like want, I'll be happy to be the GM of that program. But yeah, just have like a couple new titles, because I feel like the same people are either attempting to get titles and not getting them, or the same people are holding titles and they rarely I don't feel they really earned it the way they should have. Probably a good title would probably be WWE just like individual championship, like to say the WWE Raw champion, just like that, just the champion of that particular program. So you don't need to make anything dramatic. So you could theoretically have like possibly 3 new titles. I'm not counting NXT because it'd be impossible. Like titles would be changing. I like to do title matches almost every other week. It'd be impossible to keep track of everything. Yeah. So if you had like, let's say I don't know, notable, let's say R-Truth, he is the new WWE Raw champion, or CM Punk or Big Show is a new WWE SmackDown champion, or you have there's someone like that. Like honestly, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm gonna get going now. All right then, have a good one. This has been EdBen24. Comment, subscribe, give me your remarks, and tell me what you think of the GM titles and me as the general manager of Wednesday Night Pain. Alright then, goodbye.